Ridiculous questions.
Meticulously debated.
This is Tell Me I'm Wrong.
Well, I was happy just last night. I've been losing sight, sighting all the falling fights. What is this if this ain't right? Back again, the monster rights. Losing life until that night. Life never let him lie. Light is mine, my past is right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tell Me I'm Wrong. I am Joe, and I will be leading this debate tonight. How are we doing, guys?
Hello, I'm Ryan, and I am doing just fine.
I'm Josh, and I am hanging in there.
I am. Okay, well, he's double I ams. I am what I am. So we're well into the new year.
I'd say we're pretty solidly into 2021 at this point.
This would be February, so yeah.
Now, I will say January's been a rough month for my family.
Yeah, I would say January's been rougher for you than most of 2020 was for you.
My father-in-law had some health issues, but he's happy to say he's very healthy and happy and being as ornery as he was before the surgery. So we're very thankful for that. But I've spent a lot of time sitting and listening because we had to wait around for stuff and we're in the car, we're driving back and forth places. And I got to be honest, the music nowadays sucks. It's awful. Let me take that back. I think there's parts of country music that are better now than they have been in the past 15 years. Like early Toby, early Blake, like Mullet Toby, Mullet Blake, early Tim, Garth. They're great. But now you've got Tyler and Sturgill and Chris Stapleton. They're great. Now, bro country obviously is not great. Hick hop or whatever the heck you say is not great. But for the most part, pop culture as a whole is not good. There's a few songs that I like that are good ones. Like, y'all like that Mood song?
I don't really know, but I think Josh is probably going to agree with me. But I think we really need to get down to I think you just don't know where to, because what you're talking about is the radio. The radio has been terrible for a better part of a decade, and that's not where music is anymore. People on the radio are not who you want to listen to. You got to go find your music. And I'm sure Josh will back me up on this.
Yeah. So I was going to let you all fight it out because, I'm the only one that's still in touch with what the kids are listening to these days. True. You can't rely on the radio anymore. The radio is nothing but just songs that the labels are putting out there, putting money behind, pushing. Country radio, awful. Pop radio, not great. There's a few hidden gems, but for the most part, it's just bad. You got to get out there and you got to scavenge. You got to get on your Spotify, your iTunes. You got to look and see what's trending. You got to
go to your local album shop and dig in the dusty shelves and find something.
And there's great stuff in every genre. You mentioned Tyler and Sturgill and Chris Stapleton and country, all great. Pop music, we've got Dua Lipa, phenomenal. Carly Rae Jepsen, the best.
Is she putting out current music?
Yes.
I mean, like music on the radio right now. Like
who cares?
Say is top 40 hits.
Forget about the radio.
There are still good top 40 hits.
No.
You just got to look into the right places.
No.
I think. Listen, this took me a while, and I really didn't learn that skill until college because, well, it wasn't really relevant until college. But you got to go. You got to be able to go find it, and you got to find what you like. Because that's what the world is now.
I'm not going to go looking for it. I don't have time for that. But anyways, this week we had a list of topics sent to us by a listener of the show by the name of Dakota. We want to say thank you for that. The list was amazing, and we're going to definitely hit some of those up.
And a very nice message as well.
Yes.
And also, we're going to come back to this list. This is not the only topic we're going to hit from Dakota.
No. This is just the first one we're starting with. And I'll say this, y'all, I've been excited about some topics. Josh Ballard, I could hear him just giggling when we decided to do this topic from across town. He was so excited.
When I opened the email from Dakota and I was reading the list, I read through them all. Bunch of great topics on there that I'm not going to reveal because we'll have to sit on some of those. But one in particular made me cackle so hard. The second I read it, I was like, we have to do this one immediately.
And for listeners who've been listening for a while, you've heard Josh cackle.
It was louder than I've ever cackled on this podcast.
It was the most cackling cackle of all time. But the topic we're doing is what is the most punchable song? Now, I just want you all to know, I am the moderator on this debate. I'm supposed to be leading this debate. I told them what I wanted to do, and then Josh corrected me and told me how I should lead the debate.
Yeah. So maybe Josh should explain what we're going to do.
I'm only here to facilitate Josh to be able to tell his opinion on this. That's my whole purpose here. I don't have a say. I mean, I guess I have to pick a winner, but he's probably going to tell me who to pick for that too.
Okay, look, here's the thing. When I sent this topic to them and I said we need to do this one from this list, there was some folks who were a little perplexed in the group chat.
Me, just kind of wondering perplexed. It was me.
What it even means. And so, look, the concept of most punchable anything is where you need to start. And I think the best way that I can explain this is, and this is, look, we're not advocating for violence against anybody, inanimate objects, nothing.
This is all metaphorical.
Yeah, this is all metaphorical. But there was a guy I went to college with who I will not name, who another host on this podcast actually knows because we had a conversation about it. And every day he would walk into my psychology class. And every day I would look at him and I would just say, I just want to punch that guy in the face. There was no rhyme or reason to it. I had never met this person. But every time he walked into class, I was just like, that guy has a punchable face. And so the concept of something that is punchable is something that you just hear and you see and you're like, I don't know why I don't like this, but it just makes me want to punch this thing. And so that's why the concept of most punchable song is so great to me, because it makes no sense, but it doesn't have to, because it's more a feeling than it is an action. Something that is punchable is obnoxious, it's ridiculous. It gets on your nerves for no reason.
It's just punchable.
It's just punchable.
Listeners, you all have this. Like, there's just something about an object, a person, a thing, a place. You just like, I don't
exactly.
Like.
I think you're getting it, Joe. And so I'm very happy that you're on board.
Yes.
In the sake of transparency, I thought about, I'm not debating, but just to help you all, I have two things I want to give that are punchable. Number one, and I'm sure she is a sweet woman. She's done great things, and a lot of people like her music, but Carrie Underwood.
That's an interesting choice.
I hate it. I hate it. And there's one song of hers I like. It's the Remind Me song with Brad Paisley, and I think that's only because it's a guy and a girl singing to each other, because I'm a sucker for that type of song. Like, I don't like the Chainsmokers, but I love that Closer song. Captain and Tennille, I'm all for it.
I was going to go to Captain.
If a guy and a girl are like harmonizing and singing with each other, I love it. Now, like I said, I'm sure she's a great lady, and I have no doubt she can sing. But if she comes on the radio, it makes me want to run my car into a mountain.
Into a mountain?
That seems extreme.
All right.
Or punch myself, maybe. And my song is Rude by Magic. I didn't even know who it was. I had to look it up. But it's like, why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry her anyway.
Speaking of that song, I think I might have lived Joe's nightmare, because around the time, actually about a year after that song was popular, I went on a vacation to the Dominican Republic. And it was at a resort. And while at that resort, there's a band that would play most nights, like around dinner time in like the main courtyard. And they would play Rude, not kidding, every 5 songs.
I would have punched the band, not because of the song, solely because I'd be like, you deserve to get punched because you cannot learn another song.
Yeah, so my vacation was like, you would hear Rude from the courtyard about 2 or 3 times during your dinner. This
sounds miserable.
It was your nightmare.
Okay, so I gave you my punchable artist and punchable song. Now, you only have to give me a song. So Josh has been a giddy little schoolgirl about this. We'll let him start. Josh, which song are you punching?
Okay, so when I was kind of determining what I think would make a punchable song, there's a bunch of things that I had to take into account. So the first thing is, a lot of people would say, oh, well, a song that's just gotten annoying. Well, at one point, it was actually a very good song and it just got played ad nauseum to the point that people hated it. That's not a punchable song to me.
Insert Nickelback.
Yeah, there are some songs that are just so bad that they're annoying, but that's not necessarily a punchable song to me, at least. So like Rockstar by Nickelback is a great example. It's a dumb song. I don't particularly like it, but I wouldn't say that's a punchable song. The most punchable songs to me are the ones that are like, who is this for? Who is listening to this? Why do you like this?
Who is it written to?
Who's it written to? There's bands like this. Like, have you ever met a One Republic fan?
So,
like One Republic.
Have you ever?
Hold on. I saw One Republic in concert in college. They came to Eastern and performed in the Ravine on the Crocs campus-wide world tour. It was one Crocs campus-wide world tour. It was One Republic and Fabulous.
Oh, man.
Wow, that is quite the lineup.
It was free, if that tells you anything. They were great.
Okay.
It was like right when their first CD came out, and all the people kept wondering when Timbaland was going to come out and perform with them when they did Apologize. And I was like, you realize they did the song without him first.
So you're telling me that even the people that were at the One Republic concert didn't care about One Republic?
No, well, I think they went because they was like, what's all those people in the Ravine doing? And they just went out there. But I did sneak backstage and get to hang out with Fabulous while One Republic was performing.
All right, so not all bad.
That's pretty cool. Anyways, that proves my point is that there's no... Ryan said he liked One Republic, but would you say you're a One Republic fan? Like, are you buying their merch and like...
Could I name more than 3 songs? No.
I could, but you said buy their merch. I don't buy anybody's merch.
I buy podcast merch, as you should.
Which we do have a shop up at Tell Me I'm Wrong in TeePublic. Check it out. It's on our website.
There you go. So Train. Have you ever met a Train fan?
What's that song that came out after Soul Sister? Oh, I was there for you. Drive By. I like that song. Rachel and I used to play that song a lot when we first started dating, so it's special to me. So back off.
But would you consider yourself a Train fan? I
mean, if their songs come on, I'll sing along, but I'm not like searching for their new album when it drops.
Exactly. It's something you don't care about. It's vapid. It has very little
If it disappeared,
value.
It would not affect your life.
Exactly.
Would you consider yourself a big Britney Spears fan?
No.
But her songs are timeless. That's different.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Here's the other thing. When it comes on,
I like that we're 5 minutes in and Josh still is not giving us song. This is his soapbox he's been waiting on for a long time, and he's finally got it.
I loved Walk the Moon's first album.
I like Walk the Moon.
Love it. But then, like, Shut Up and Dance doesn't do it for me. But if I'm at a wedding and that song comes on and I've had a few drinks, I'm losing my shit. I'm going to be out there and I'm going to be dancing. And so, like, just because I don't like that song by them doesn't mean that I don't lose my mind. Just like Britney Spears. I wouldn't call myself a Britney Spears fan, but like if Baby One More Time comes on at a party, you best believe.
I think you meant Toxic.
Toxic comes on at a party, you best believe I'm dancing.
I mean, I'll be honest. If any Britney Spears comes on, I'm probably going to go, oh, yeah.
Look,
stand up and dance.
I don't particularly like Drake, but if God's Plan is on, I'm going to do the I only love my bed and my mama, I'm sorry part. And then I'm going to get lit on top of a table.
Fun fact about God's Plan on the day Sloan was born, that was the #1 song. And so in her baby book, we had to put the #1 song was God's Plan.
That is the best. Sloan is gonna be a superstar because of this fact.
Yeah, that song's a banger. But we'll
also, I feel like putting Drake in this category is not good. Like I'm
a Drake fan.
Oh yeah, but my point is there's things you don't like, but it doesn't mean that it's the most punchable. So
you are correct.
To me, the most vapid song that has hit radio, that came and went and made no effect on me or anybody I know, is Cheerleader by Omi.
Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader.
You all know the song. I have put a lot of thought into this. I think it's the best pick for most punchable song. Now, the thing that does go against my point is that it did hit #1 on the Billboard Top 100. So apparently there was somebody who was listening to this. And I will be honest in full disclosure that when I told Erica I was going to do this, she said, oh, but that song's fun.
So I asked Rachel when we talked about this today, I said, what songs do I hate? And this was the one that she recommended for me. Because I remember every time it comes on, I just go, why is this song on the radio? It's so stupid. And
exactly.
I used to feel the same way about... What's the first song The Weeknd did about not feeling your face?
I can't feel my face.
Feel my face when I'm with you.
So I hated that song when it first came on.
Fun fact, because Cheerleader was #1 for 6 weeks and then was knocked off by I Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd.
I'll be honest with you. I love The Weeknd now, and that song has grown on me a ton because I became a huge Weeknd fan.
But he's also playing the Super Bowl.
I'm excited for it. I like The Weeknd.
I feel like he was like fourth on the list, and the first three people said,
who wants to sign up for a Super Bowl in the middle of a pandemic when there's 4,000 fans there?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm still okay with it.
He was not the number one.
His
option.
Blinding Light, that new album is baller. It slaps, as Josh would say.
I also need to counter a little bit of what Josh said, because vapid, I don't think is the right word to use for punchable. I don't know that it matters that the effect, because like the song I chose had a pretty big effect on its audience, but I don't think that matters. I think it's still punchable.
No, my thing is that something is punchable when it has a big impact for seemingly no reason. I've never met anybody that was like, this is my favorite song. And so to me, I just think like, I see this, like, here's how meaningless it was in the grand scheme of things. Is it hit number one? Nobody seemingly liked it at the time. I heard a lot more people saying, I hate this song than I love this song, but it's still number one. And then when he finally released his one and only album in 2015, it peaked at number 51 on the Billboard 200.
Wait, that song was from 5 years ago?
Yeah, we're old.
I thought it came out like last year.
No.
Just wait till you hear when my song came out, because it made me feel also very old.
So 5 years?
Yeah. So point being, to me, something that's punchable, just like the band One Republic, is something that has no seeming, no audience, but somehow is just around.
I still disagree about your One Republic. I think they do have I really like their songs.
No, I'm making a very valid point.
I don't know that I would classify One Republic as punchable. It depends. Anyway, I feel like this punchable topic might have to come back, just like our sexiest topic has to come back. I feel like the punchable topic might need to come back again. All right, should I talk about my song now?
Yeah, Ryan, let's let you talk for about 2 seconds, because Josh has talked for 15.
Listen, this was his pet project topic, so I'll let him talk. So I was a little bit more leaning towards Joe's point of view when Josh brought this up. Not super passionate about it, but willing to dip my toe in. So when I was thinking about a song,
is it Zach Brown band? Toes in the sand.
That's a good point. When I was trying to pick a song, I just went with my gut and didn't overthink it, because when the first song that came to mind, it just felt right, because I want to punch this song, and I want to punch it for a lot of reasons. And that is Cruise by Florida Georgia Line.
Okay, no, I can agree with you, but I have a quick question. Is this with Nelly or sans Nelly?
See, now I feel like it has to be with Nelly, and there's some reasons.
I agree with you, which makes me sad, because I'm a huge Nelly fan. Just a Dream was my jam in 2011.
I love Nelly.
Yes.
Nelly is not included. I think this was a mistake. I think he knows it was a mistake. I think
he was looking at a paycheck.
Yeah, I think he was like, you know what? This is going to be some good money. So, first of all, if you guys can guess the year that this was released, I'll be impressed, because it's older than you. Well, I've already given it away. It's older than you
2012?
Oh, dang. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about, because I knew it was close to Just a Dream, and that came out 2010, 2011.
This song came out 9 years ago.
How are they still around?
I don't know. So just some quick facts about Cruise, because it's a little bit mind-blowing. Cruise is the best-selling country digital song of all time in the United States as of January 2014.
Punch me in the face if that's true.
It's true.
Listen, country music lovers, you are ruining one of the best genres of music of all time with these stupid, idiot poser country artists. I hate them so much.
I think you could also argue Florida Georgia Line was the insemination of bro country.
The
what? We just got two from Josh's. I mean, he gave 2 of them. He was perplexed.
Wow.
Isn't that the word?
No, I think that's exactly what you meant to say. I just wasn't ready to talk about insemination on this podcast tonight.
That word can be used in other contexts.
The incarnation, maybe?
I think what you said applies, but maybe it doesn't. It's not said normally in this context, but I think it works.
It was the beginning.
The genesis.
I feel like it was the beginning of bro country.
The genesis of bro country.
There we go.
Yeah, I like Genesis a lot better than inseminate.
I will be honest with you all, though, of any word that I thought I was going to hear on this podcast tonight, insemination was at the bottom of that list.
We've said
worse things.
I
just meant on this podcast, on punchable songs.
This episode. So some other facts I looked at while I was researching the song that just validate my choice.
You didn't Google insemination, did you?
No.
Okay, good.
The song was written in 45 minutes.
That's
sounds
very
about right.
obvious. Yeah.
And it spent 24 weeks on the top country as the top country song.
24 weeks, a half a year.
I blame CMT for this. I blame CMT
weeks.
for this. This is CMT's fault.
And man, the lyrics, I mean, we could do a whole podcast on just breaking down the lyrics of this song because it is lyric heavy, especially for like a pop country song. Like there's a lot of lyrics, but we'll get into that a little bit, probably post Mod Office, but this song, there's so many reasons to punch it.
Now, I would like to kind of push back on this just a little bit. Now, I'm not coming out in defense of Florida Georgia Line. Let me start there.
TMIW listeners, I just want to go on record and say that Josh is about to defend Florida Georgia Line.
Don't ever talk to me about music, because if you say anything defending them, you've lost all street cred of any kind, and I will eternally make fun of you.
Do you want to make this argument?
Is this worth it to you? Is it worth it?
It's going in audio recorded history.
I'll have the raw files and the edited files.
Be careful.
Winning this argument is worth it, because I am not defending Florida Georgia Line. But I want to be
honest with you. If you defend Florida Georgia Line, it's going to be a very uphill battle for you to win this debate.
No, I want to transport you somewhere. And that is to a college campus in the mid 2010s. Now, I know me and Ryan graduated college roughly around there. Joe a little bit earlier because he's old as dirt.
I graduated in 2011.
That's the early part of the 2010s. So you're old. So
what year did you graduate college?
2013.
2014. 2013. I don't remember. Somewhere around there. But regardless, I want you to take yourself to a tin roof in like 2015. The party's going. People are drunk. They're drinking. They're doing shots of Fireball. They're like doing just wild stuff at this club.
He's really making this argument.
You're calling Tin Roof a club? That's my favorite part of this whole scenario. Also, Lexington Translator, I don't know if you're around there, but Tin Roof is a college bar that serves a wide variety of drinks and or food.
It's not just in Lexington.
But it's not just in Lexington. I'm just Lexington translating. It's in Nashville, Louisville. It's all over. I think it's a very southeast type style bar. So if you're not from this area, you've never heard of it. But it is a nice establishment. Not somewhere I would go because they play Florida Georgia.
I don't know that I would call it a nice.
I don't think I would ever describe Tin Roof as nice. It's a college bar.
Look, they have bad drinks and the whole bit, and you're probably going to see some guy doing a bad John Mayer impression on the weekends up there singing. However, they do have some quesadillas that are absolutely banging.
Their food is above average. Food is above average.
All that aside, if you're at that party and "Oh Me" by Cheerleader comes on, it's kind of killing the party. Would we agree?
I just want to go the counter to this argument. Are you saying that if Cruise by Florida Georgia Line came on, it would pick the party up and make me excited?
Yes. If Cruise comes on at a college campus in 2015,
I would stop talking.
Everybody's singing along because they are drunk and do not care.
I still think they're singing along to Cheerleader.
Josh has fallen into the classic Ballard trap. And that is, he is arguing the wrong thing.
I agree.
Because this is not who would sing along, what song would pick up the party. It's what song do you want to punch? And guess how many people at Tin Roof I want to punch? So this lines up exactly with my argument.
This is your debate and you are drowning.
No, I am winning this debate because and here's the reason why. I am saying that, yes, the people who love Cruise are obnoxious, always were, always have been, always will be. However, if you're drunk, there are a lot of songs that you hate that you will gladly enjoy in that setting. And so,
like Cheerleader.
No, Cheerleader's not one.
You cannot convince me that if we're at Tin Roof and there's a drunk college kids there and Cheerleader came on and Cruise came on next right after that, they would sing both songs.
No.
Especially the girls in the room, they would sing Cheerleader.
You're wrong.
They would. You cannot convince me.
When I need more,
you must not have never been to Tin Roof with drunk college girls. Neither have I. But they would sing it, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
Well, you're both wrong, and I'm just telling you. Cruise at the very least can pick up the spirits of a room, whereas Omi's going to kill it.
This is your moderator, Joseph Robinson. I just want you to know from now on, when Josh talks about his musical acumen and how diverse and how strong his tastes are, and he listens to nothing but the best, remember this. He said it would be okay to sing Florida Georgia Line's Cruise in a bar because it'd be fun and everyone would enjoy it. So his opinion is obviously crap from now on.
From here on out, when Josh tries to bring up music opinions, Joe and I will just say Cruise, and that'll end the conversation.
Listen, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take it. I'm just saying that
you said too much, buddy.
I know. I'm still the most cultured person on this podcast, and that's a fact.
Well,
and look, I'm just saying, it would get the party going. It's just like if I was riding my Peloton on the playlist and Omi came on, it's going to ruin my ride. But when I get on my Peloton and Cruise comes on, I'm at least going to be able to get through it. That's all I'm saying.
Ryan, have you ever heard of a cookware company? They use ceramic coated items. They're usually red, blue, yellow. They're sold at very high-end stores. You know what those are called? Dutch ovens and bakeware items. You know what the name of that company is?
La Cruza?
What'd you say last night, Josh?
I said La Crusette.
La Crusette. It's Le Creuset. But the way you say, he goes, oh, yes, because Scott has one. He goes, I thought about buying a La Crusette.
Look, it wasn't my finest moment. I had watched a YouTube video of someone reviewing one, and they pronounced it that way, so I just took their word for it. And look, we're not all perfect.
Josh,
I can
Ryan,
say stuff that's incorrect too. Look, for the most part, I am linguistically sound and I pronounce things correctly. And I slipped for a moment and it was very embarrassing.
We've really turned this into just a debate against Josh.
Is it not peak Josh Ballard to go on this podcast and to unequivocally announce he is the most cultured person on this podcast?
Yeah, just across
He's talked
the board.
about big dad energy, big poke energy.
Yes.
That is big Josh energy right there.
Big Josh energy. All right, we should probably go to the mod office.
Yeah, let's go to the moderator's office and before Josh says something else he'll regret.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. We really want you guys to share the show. So we've continued to see growth and we're encouraged by the stuff that we've been making. We're really proud of the show. If you would just take a couple minutes and share the show with some friends. I know you have some friends that listen to podcasts because everybody listens to podcasts now. So if you could just send them your favorite episode of our show and tell them that, you really enjoy your time with us and that we are really friendly and really awesome, then that maybe we can grow the show a little bit more. So please check out our social medias at TMIWpod or check out our website at tmiwpod.com. Or you can shoot us an email at tmiwpod@gmail.com. We are also on the lookout for advertisers. So if you are interested in partnering with us and advertising on the show, send us an email or DM us on any of the social medias. We will head back and decide which song we will punch.
So I've got two questions. I have three, but one was kicked out and vetoed. Question one, and we'll go Josh, Ryan, since this is the story we went. Is there a certain part of your song that makes it the most punchable? Like, is there a bridge or a chorus or the verse that you're just like, you hear it, it's like, I don't really like this song, and then they start singing that part, and you're like, oh my God, I really hate this song. I want to punch this song in the face.
So for me, here's the problem with this particular question is the whole song for me is punchable. Like I personally hate this.
Just
entire
pick a
song.
part of the song, Josh. Answer the question. You always do this. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to talk yourself out of a win if you don't answer the question.
To me, what makes this song so bad is not necessarily the vocal stylings, which are chalk on, or it's nails on chalkboard to me, but it's the actual lyrics of the song, just in general. Because the whole point of this song is like, I found a woman who supports me. But on the other hand, it is like, doesn't really say anything good about the woman that he's with. I think
kind of
it's
chauvinistic.
It's meant to say like, oh, I found myself a cheerleader. She loves me. But it's never like, oh, she supports me. She loves me no matter what. She helps me when I'm down. It is mostly entirely about like her walking like a model. And the fact that she's always asking, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? And it's basically like painting women as this like shallow group of people that just are only there to support him. And they're not there to be multidimensional characters in the song that love him and support him in different ways. And so that is really what drives me the most nuts.
All right. I'm going to talk about my song because there's so many parts that just what I've decided as I've been looking over these lyrics is really that it encapsulates the terrible person at a party that you end up having a conversation with. And they drop all these lines about things that they like that just make you not like them. So I'll give you an example. In this brand new Chevy with a lift kit would look a hell of a lot better with you up in it.
I already hate that
also,
person.
The main line of this song is, so baby, you a song. Like, that's the main line that they repeat over and over. Baby, you a song, which is one, terrible grammar. And two, it just makes me uncomfortable. Like you're a, like, it's not like a poem. Like you are a, no, it's you a song. And that really bothers me. And it's not about the accent. It's about saying, baby, you a song. And then finally, they also just like keep dropping these little random, like almost like name drops, like singing Marshall Tucker. And then it really bothers me that they specifically mention Chevy. Like they're almost like sponsored by Chevy when they're writing this song in 45 minutes. So that's the line that I'm picking that I'm really gonna wind up and cross across the jaw in this brand new Chevy with a lift kit. Shut up.
Compensating.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Lifted so you can,
So it's uncomfortable for your girlfriend, wife, or children to ever try to climb in your truck.
Exactly.
So the next question is two questions. I want you to answer both of them at one time. If your song was sang by a different artist or in a different format, so like Josh, yours is a pop song. What if someone sang it like a rock song or rapped it or did country? Same for you, Ryan. Like if it was sang by LL Cool J in rap form, or Nelly sang the entire song himself, in a rap. And then the second part is, how would you punch it? What would you do if this song came on and you had to punch it?
All right. So I think this song would be a big hit if it were performed by Florida Georgia Line.
You think Cheerleader would be a hit if Florida Georgia Line sang, I like this curve? That's
I think
great.
It would have been number one on the country charts for 25 weeks, eclipsing Cruise. It would have filled up the other half of that year. And it would have been, and this wouldn't be the first time that this has happened. There's been lots of pop songs that have been remade into country songs. I mean, just think about, Lips of an Angel by Hinder was
Because
remade
of You
into
by Reba
Because of
McEntire.
You.
Love that song.
So Florida Georgia Line's just looking for another song out there. Now this one
also that is not a below Florida Georgia Line to do that.
Now this one might not work for them because they spent 45 minutes on Cruise, but Omi says he was working on this song from 2008 until it came out, which I don't understand.
He spent 7 years to write that crap.
That may be too much work for Florida Georgia Line. But I think that they would take the song and I think it would top the country charts and be beloved by their fan. Then as far as how I would punch Cheerleader by Omi. So I think the best way to do this is I need to sneak up on it. Like I need to catch it when it's not looking, because the thing about Cheerleader by Omi is it's everywhere. Like it just pops up in random places. And so you kind of have to be on your toes yourself. But I'm going to go to the one place that I know it's going to be. And that is a JC Penney at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon at the mall. So I'm going to walk in there and I'm just going to take the escalator upstairs and start looking at the men's fragrances, the random polo shirts that they have, trying to find a good deal on some clothing, keeping my eye out, keeping my ears open for when those opening notes begin to play. Now, you can kind of predict when it's going to come on because you can just feel the air around you. Like everybody's going to tense up like in between songs. And then as soon as it starts, I'm going to immediately dive into a rack of clothes and try to hide out for a few minutes and let it think it's safe. I'm just going to let it think it's safe. I'm going to let Cheerleader by Omi feel the air of this JCPenney. There's probably me, a security guard, who, looking at him, I think he has my back. Like, he seems like he also hates Cheerleader by Omi. There's a couple sales associates, and then there's like one grandma who's buying stuff for her grandson. She doesn't know what's happening. So I have, like, there's no witnesses other than the security guard who I think has my back and be my alibi. So right when it gets to the first pre-chorus and he's all, and they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? I'm going to pounce right out of that rack of clothes. And I'm just going to look, I'm not above a cheap shot, especially when someone deserves it. And so Cheerleader by Omi deserves it. So I'm going to wait till it's got its head turned and it's just getting to the pre-chorus because it's focused at this point. It got through the first verse. It felt the situation out. Felt like it was safe. Got to the pre-chorus. It's like, here we go. We're ratcheting this thing up for the chorus. And then right before it hits the chorus, I'm just going to slug it right in the side of the face. I'm going to one punch knockout Cheerleader by Omi, cut the music off, save everybody in the JCPenney, and be remembered as a hero for years to come.
So this is why you've been working out so hard with Peloton.
Yeah, I have been training.
He's been working his legs out to punch
I've
Omi.
been training for months.
I understand that, but I'm trying to picture this in my head. So you're at a rack of clothing. You're looking at Nike sweatshirts at JCPenney's, and
probably Russell, but yeah.
What are you punching? Like air?
The song, Joe.
Huh. Like a speaker?
No, the song.
No, the song.
So I want to picture this old woman that's over there shopping for her grandson, and she sees this man just hulk out and just starts swinging wildly.
Punch the song,
air.
and then the song stops playing.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
My favorite music is songs that kind of create an atmosphere for themselves. Like, I love The National. If you've listened to Taylor Swift's Folklore, Aaron Dessner worked on that. He's in The National. It has its own like feeling, it's like I put The National on. I'm like, I want to be in a car at night driving around town aimlessly. It gives a feeling. And so Omi does the same thing with Cheerleader. It creates an atmosphere of just chaos and disaster anywhere it goes. And so it is just omnipresent. It would be like fighting a spirit or something.
I can dig it. So you're just wildly swinging in a JCPenney. I got it.
I'm not wildly swinging. I saw it.
No,
and
it's one
I
punch.
connected. One punch knockout.
He can punch ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan?
All right. So I don't think this song has much of a chance really in any genre. But if anybody has a chance, I think it's my girl T Swift. I think if she's talking about how, baby, you're a song, you make me want to roll. Like, I think if it's like Josh just said, like if there's a vibe and I think it's cultivated, maybe it has a chance. I feel like she's going to have to put her lyrical spin on it. Like this is a real remix. Like she's not using the same lyrics, because I do not picture Taylor Swift at this point in her life saying in this brand new Chevy with a lift kit.
She's talking about a Malibu.
Yeah. By the way, Josh has a Chevy Malibu, so just a side note. And so when it comes to how I'm gonna where I would punch this song, I think. First of all, Florida Georgia Line, it's really easy to get a lot of. I feel like it's going to be more of a body blow situation, because I feel like Florida Georgia Line and Cruise can really take some hits. So my approach is going to be the tailgate of the Georgia-Florida football game, I'm going to be in that Jacksonville parking lot, and I'm just going to be one man punching all the way through. I mean, it's gonna be tiring, but I think I can make it, and I think I can get through.
Now, I have a very good question for you, Ryan.
Okay.
If you're going to be doing this at the tailgate, you're going to turn the song off, and that's going to kind of run the party. Are you ready to fend off thousands of Florida and Georgia fans?
You're worried about him ruining the party by turning the song off, not by him just walking through the crowd, just decking people.
I'm not decking people. I'm decking the song. But I think what you're missing is this song does a sort of trance on people. And so I feel like when I am going through and punching and ending this song, they are going to thank me. They're going to say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't have to listen to this crap anymore. So.
Okay. This is the most ridiculous thing in the world. Well, both those songs are terrible. I do not disagree, and both of them deserve to be punched 100%. Your all's descriptions of punching them, while both ridiculous, are both whimsically exciting, and I would love to watch. Just both of you lose your mind, and then one in the middle of a tailgate parking lot, one in the middle of JCPenney's at 2 p.m. with 3 people in a store. But I think ultimately what it comes down to is, when I was a younger man, around the time that Cruise came out, when Cheerleader came out in 2015, I worked at the Lexus store of Lexington. And a lot of nice men there. I wouldn't suggest working at a car dealership, but it was a job at the time. And a very nice man by the name of Henry came up, and he was imparting some wisdom on me. And he said, you could very easily talk your way into a cell, Joe, but you can just as quickly talk yourself out of a cell. And I think that's what happened here tonight, boys. I think someone talked himself out of a win. So my winner is Ryan Story.
Oh, what?
Josh, buddy, you defended Florida Georgia line. That's unforgivable.
You know what?
He's going to defend it. He's going to defend
him again.
I'm not defending Florida Georgia line. I think you're
Ryan. Did he not defend Florida Georgia line in his argument?
What you're missing here is that I'm not defending them. I'm defending the concept of the song Cruise, which was meant for drunk college bar parties, and it still plays.
You know what happens at drunken college bar parties? They get punched.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If OMI Cheerleader came on at a drunk college party, I could probably block it out. But when everybody at that drunk college party starts singing Cruise and hugging each other,
you want to punch
it's going to
more.
make me even more angry, and I'm not going to be able to block it out.
You're wrong.
I'm not. I went to Eastern Kentucky University. This is like the flagship song of that school in this
during
time
its peak.
period.
Yeah.
I was friends with a lot of these idiots who like these people. So,
all right. Anyway, Josh has no more legs to stand on. Your champion over here is going to close it out. So I want to thank everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. I also would like to thank Isle of 8 for the use of our bangin' theme song. It's so much better than any song we ever talk about on this show. And that is Jean Jacket.
It makes me want to punch people who don't like it. I punch the people who don't like
Jean Jacket will make you want to punch people, not it. And it is the best.
Make sure you are following us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at TMIW Pod. I promise we will not post any songs, any stories with these songs in them, because we don't want you to want to punch us.
I don't promise that.
And that's what it comes down to, is we don't want to get punched. You're welcome to use the hashtag TMIWPod to send us your debate topics, your most punchable songs, and why Josh failed for defending Florida Georgia line. Also, make sure when you finish this episode, if you're still here listening, we really appreciate it. Go on over to iTunes, Spotify, and rate us and review us 5 stars. And make sure you subscribe to get that next episode preloaded on your phone and ready to go when it drops next week. And we just really appreciate you listening to the show. And just springboard off what Ryan said earlier, tell a friend. That's the best thing you can do, is help us out. Let us know one friend about the show. That helps us grow and get our name out. And we really appreciate it.
And while you're online, head over to tmiwpod.com. Over there, you can find different ways to connect with us. You can send us a message just like our friend Dakota did. to tell us about all of these great topics, including Most Punchable Song, which is my favorite and was stolen from me, but that's an entirely different thing. If you head over to our website, you can also find a brand new feature. It's very much like Lyrics Genius, but it's just me defending every single line of Cruise and why it gets the party started. So you can head over there, check that out, all sorts of good stuff. And then lastly, before we get out of here, I want to apologize for our episode coming out one day late last week. That was my fault. So apologies. But life and whatnot. It's fine. I was too busy listening to Cheerleader by Omi trying to prepare for this debate. I couldn't even finish editing last week's episode.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. As always, there is one winner, but we're all losers. Later, losers.
See ya.
Dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up 4-wheel drive.